Hello everybody, Carlos here from FX. Welcome to another forecast video, and today is March 30th, 2015. Let's get right into the forecast review. We were looking for a no trade on the bridge bound, standing aside on the euro dollar, Japanese yen, euro yen, and pound yen. The only opportunity that we focus our efforts today was on the Australian dollar. So we're going to get started on the Australian dollar today, and what a great trade setup was. Here's the setup. The pullback was between 77.51, 77.71. You see the market actually pulling back towards the area, but failed to do so. Here's a pivot step on a 30-minute chart. Let me zoom in. And this, guys, it's the real pivot that I only had the opportunity to find out. 7 o'clock, 7:30, and by 8 o'clock, you can clearly see here how the market just pretty much left behind a pivot step. Now you notice here how the market pierced but just failed to close on that level. So as you probably might have guessed it, on 30-minute I would have used that as support level. Let me show you. You pretty much go in sync right there as support, and this will cue us on the entry point. By that I mean we went short right pretty close to the first target at 4 points, but immediately the market just moved all the way down to 25 points. Missing the first target altogether for a couple of points. Then the market just hovered a little bit and furthermore reached the target. Eventually the market just dropped a total of 75 points, 75 points to the downside. So we nailed the trend. The minimum 10 points per day. For those of you looking for the 10 pips per day, that actually worked out pretty well. And for those of you trailing the stops, pretty much you're still on this trade. If you're trailing based on pivot steps or swing highs, the stop should be above that level. In this case, above this level right now. So that was an awesome trade. All right. So what we should do right now, we go to the 4-hour chart and check out what's going on. One more chance into a sell setup. Nice angle of attack. You see the angle of attack of this MACD. Still towards the downside. So we're gonna give it a shot. A pullback between these two levels that we had marked in here, 76.78 and 77.15. Then we're going to be targeting 75.87, 75.44, and 75.17. Okay. British pound, the market pretty much finally broke the range, kind of a small range right there. We go to the 4-hour chart, still not clear as I wanted it to, but I noticed a nice separation all of a sudden on the 4-hour chart with price action new lows. That's pretty much looks in sync. Overbought conditions above 80 with a cross with a nice angle to the downside. So I think it's going to be pretty safe for us to give it as a try towards the downside. So a pullback between 48.39, 48.96, targeting 47.44, 46.69, and 46.07 will be the best bet. You know the drill. Wait for a pivot, wait for the break of the pivot, confirm with the moving average still crossing towards the downside, and go for 10 to 15 ticks if you're limited on capital, or liquidate half of your positions. Once you start seeing some profits, move your stop to the most recent pivot high and just trail the remaining. All right. Euro dollar, on the other hand, they didn't broke that pivot big time frame pivot step that I had in place. Although extremely nice angle to the downside, price action is just plain and simple not following through. Okay, so let's just be a little bit more patient and wait until they break those lows. Dollar yen, now dollar yen new highs, nice impulse move to the upside. 4-hour chart crosses the moving average. That's what we're looking for. See, patience pays off. Take a look, that nice angle of attack on this MACD. This is pretty much a nice follow through. A pullback of 1963 and 1919. It's going to give us the best bet, targeting 2041, 2057, and 2075. It's a great trade setup right there. Euro yen, on the other hand, on the big time frames, here's the people said that I left in place. We go to the 4-hour chart MACD. It's being caught up for some reason that has no validity right now, so I'm going to stay outside in this market. It's supposed to be on a continuing downward movement. It hasn't done so. No trades. And pound yen, pretty much the same thing. We can clearly see that the market hasn't moved that much. Now it's resuming an upward movement, which is awesome for us because it's exactly what they should have done for quite a while, and all of a sudden the market just stopped for certain reasons about news reports and so, and whatnot. Now, this important high that I left previously, obviously check the video below, always do so, that we talked about a couple of days ago, and 78.35 is the one that we need to wait for them to break, and then we feel comfortable taking trades towards that direction. All right, so right now, buy opportunity on the yen pair, sell setup on the Australian dollar, standing outside on the remaining on the pairs, and potential sell setup on the British pound as well. This is Carlos Diaz from Forward Side FX, and I'll see you in the next forecast.